Hello, everybody. I'm making this recording in case you missed our meet and greet. I wanted to introduce myself and go over a couple of the rules and the expectations of our virtual classroom in K3. My name is Michael Travers. This is my 19th year as a teacher, my 17th year at 74th Street Elementary, and my 11th year teaching in kindergarten. I have my master's from UCLA, and I'm national board certified, which is the highest level of accreditation a teacher can receive. So I kind of know what I'm doing. This virtual thing, we're all learning as we go, but we're gonna have a great year. Your students are in very capable hands, and I can't wait to meet everybody. I love my job. Outside of my job, I have a family of four. I got Tucker and Sophia. They're my children, 11 and 7 years old. No, so yeah, Sophia's going to be 9 in late September. So 11 and 8. They're also going through virtual learning. So I can empathize as a parent to how you guys must be feeling right now. My wife, Leah, and I couldn't forget my number one partner in crime right there. That is my friend Zorro, and Zorro, he's probably the happiest of everybody during quarantine because I'm home every day and he doesn't leave my side. So if you hear the kids talking about Zorro, or I'm sure the cats around here, Scout, then you at least know who they are. Let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen, and I have here in Chrome. Let's go to my desktop. There we go. This is what you should see when you arrive in Schoology, when your student uses their QR code to log into Schoology. Now, I've heard that people are having a lot of problems with the Schoology app, and that it's easier to log into lms.lausd.net and then use the QR code to log in. So if they get there, you're going to see this screen. I'm going to make it full screen so everybody can see it. Basically, in order to make Schoology more accessible to my kindergarten learners, I had to make it fun and interactive. And I wanted to put up some information and places they needed to go. The first and most important place is right here at Zoom, okay? Anytime they log into Schoology, if they're going to meet with me, we're going to be doing Zoom work, okay? So Zoom is first and foremost the place where your students are really going to need to learn how to go every day. After that, we have Clever. And I'll talk more about Clever. I probably won't have students accessing Clever until I work with them in small groups. So yeah, Zoom and Clever are super important. Now I've linked some buttons here to some songs that they can sing. So if you were to click on here, it would bring you to a counting song. And all these links have been gone through, they're filtered through something called SafeTube, which is like YouTube, but without the ads. So your students can't go down those rabbit holes in YouTube. Then next thing you know, they're ending up watching like cartoons or whatever. Down at the bottom, I figured that the best way for students to interact with the work I wanted them to do would be to put them in daily assignment kind of like links. So if you were to click on Wednesday, it takes you to Wednesday's folder. And I put in Wednesday's folder all the videos and materials that you would need, okay? That's good. We're gonna close out of this. So that is one thing that I'm gonna be working with the students on. Let's move on to our next slide. Usually at this point, if students were with us, I'd be talking for a while, and I like to get up and give them a break. GoNoodle, if you don't know about it, is a free website, gonoodle.com, and they have all kinds of sing along, dance along, body breaks. And it's really, really important that our kindergartners don't sit still for very long. like one of the reasons I enjoy teaching kindergarten is because they have about 10 minutes and then it's on to the next thing. And I like that. I like that motion. I like that getting up and moving around. I don't like sitting still in my desk. That's just, it's hard for me, and it's really hard for our students too. This is our weekly schedule. Super, super important that we establish a routine with our students. Mondays are going to look a little bit different than Tuesday, Fridays. If you had older students, usually we had a shortened day on Tuesdays in years past, and that's where the teachers would receive in-service and trainings. That's kind of going to be what Monday is going to be like. Monday's going to have a little bit of a different schedule to it than the rest of the weeks. But basically, Monday mornings, there'll be a weekly assembly led by our proud principal, Miss Gillen Waters, who, by the way, is amazing. And we have a great support staff also. So they're going to take leading like a school-wide assembly on Monday mornings on a Zoom link from 9 to 9:20. Then from 9:25 to 9:55, we are going to have a whole group Zoom lesson. So your students on Monday morning will see me at 9:25 in my Zoom link right up here, right? This will take you to my Mr. Travers personal Zoom room classroom. And we might do on Mondays, I think we're focusing on musical Mondays, I believe. 10 to 10:30, we'll have our first small group. And this will only be a select group of students. And you'll see that I have the same small groups for green and green are small groups 1. Those will be the same students. So 30 minutes just with a small group. And this is really important for kindergarten. It's important for anybody. The smaller group of students you work with, the more you can customize your instruction to them. After that, from 10:30 to 10:40, we're going to have a break. The students might need to eat a snack, but the green group, group 1, will then log off Zoom. And between 10:30 and 10:40, the blue group should log on. And what we're trying to do is teach our students, and it's not going to happen next week. Might even not happen after the week after that. We're going to teach them to independently log on at these times. We might have to set alarms on their iPads or, a timer, but they'll get there. And that's the idea. Kindergarten normally is teaching them how to line up, teaching them how to go through the lunch line, teaching them how to sit on the carpet. There's a lot of socialization that goes into the first couple months of kindergarten that pay dividends in the way the class interacts and behaves and gets things done later on. So the more we focus on these procedures and getting our students able to log into Schoology by themselves or flip that QR code over and log into Clever by themselves. I'll talk about Clever later on. That'll work. Then we have lunch, 11 to 11:40. During lunchtime, I'm going to ask that we turn those devices off. We give our brains a minute to just leave them alone, put the devices down, and then we'll have our third small group. So I'll be meeting with every student in small groups on Mondays for 30 minutes, which is really, really beneficial. I'll be able to really zero in on what each student, their strengths and what they need to improve on. And then from 12:15 to 1:15, we're going to have ELD and MELD time. That stands for English Language Development and Mainstream English Language Development. This is when we really focus on our communication skills. And if anything's made that readily apparent, this pandemic has. Communication and how we get our ideas across and the vocabulary we use and the way we think about our ideas and express our ideas and build on each other's ideas and listen to each other is super important. And that all happens during our tiered Zoom support. Now this, depending on later on, I might break it up. I might make 2 small groups, but everybody will get some ELD or MELD support. And then from 1:15 to 2:15 is going to be grade level meeting and planning time and professional development, because Yeah, all the teachers right now are drinking from the proverbial fire hose. We are trying to learn as much as we can. Web design, Google Slides, all these things that are just new and not bad, just new. So we're developing our skill set. Tuesday through Friday, basically same thing. Again, we're going to start off now with a different whole group instruction, and every day we're going to start off with a lot of socialization, because again, that's really what kindergarten is. So we're going to talk about our feelings and how we get along with other people, and building people up, and giving them time to interact with other children, because that's super important. Then a break, first group, second group, third group, except on Tuesday through Friday, your students will be getting 45 minutes of small group instruction. So I'm planning on 25 minutes of English language arts. That's phonics, listening, phonics and reading and writing, and math. So I'll probably do 25 minutes of phonics, reading and writing, and then 20 minutes of math in a small group. That's really going to work. Right now I have 6 in each group, which is that's a great size for a small group. We'll break, second group, break, third group. Now during this time, let's say your student is in the red group. Well, Mr. Travers, so between 9:45 and 11:45, my student's not doing anything. No, this is when they'll go back and they will access some of the offline work that I'll have for them. Okay, so just because they're not meeting with me during Zoom doesn't mean they can't be logging into Wednesday's work and completing Wednesday's work. Now, right now, our students don't know how to do that yet. They will, but we're going to build up to that slowly. Okay, this is it's not a race right now. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, and then third group, lunch will be from 12:30 to 1, and then we'll have this is actually an air down here on Tuesday, Friday. It should be 1 o'clock to 1:30 ELD meld. So you'll get 30 minutes of ELD or meld on Tuesday through Thursday, and then office hours by appointment and planning time. One note on Fridays, the grade level is chosen Friday. It's going to be their grade level planning hour. So if you have a burning question, Class Dojo is always a good time to send me a message on Class Dojo. But I won't be available for Zoom during that hour between 1:30 and 2:15, that 45 minutes, or that hour on Monday, 1:15 to 2:15. What I plan on doing, for example, on Monday through Thursday, I'm going to leave my Zoom account open. And if you have a question, you want to talk to me about something, hop on the Zoom account. And then we can Zoom and have a discussion if you have any questions or problems, okay? So Zoom will be open for parents, or maybe your student wants to ask a question. I won't be doing, this is not an instruction time, so it's probably best if these office hours are used by adults, because I will be doing planning for the next day during those hours, okay? But of course, communication is number one. If you need to talk to me, please, I'm here for you guys. Here are your small groups. If you want to take a screenshot right now, you can. However, I have put these on Class Dojo. I'm putting them on Schoology, okay? So depending on which group your student is under, that's when your student will log on. And if I could get everybody to log on at the minimum 5 minutes before, you might be sitting in the waiting room until 10 a.m. on Monday, but it's better to be 5 minutes, even 10 minutes early and just chill in the waiting room than show up at 10:05 and have missed 5 minutes of 30 minutes of instruction. So early is always better. I make a point of saying hello to every student that, you know, that walks into a room, just like I would in my kindergarten class. So this was another activity because, again, you might be tired of listening to me talk. I'm tired of talking to myself right now. We play a game where it's basically bring me, it's a scavenger hunt. And at this point in the presentation this afternoon, asked the students to bring me a box of crayons. All right, so this next page talks and shows how we are going to accomplish this. And here is where it all starts. It all starts with Schoology. Through Schoology and your Schoology QR codes, you can get to everything. Hopefully, you're able to log into Schoology. That's where it's the district's learning management system, LMS. And from here, you can access all the resources, communicate with me. Now, I've had to tweak Schoology and I had to build this Bitmoji classroom because this Bitmoji classroom, because Schoology is not built for kindergartners. But the more I get used to Schoology, it's got a lot of things going for it. Probably most important is that the district is tracking attendance through Schoology. So if your student logs into Schoology, then we see that they're accessing my work. A student that doesn't log into Schoology, there's no way that student's gonna know what to do on Thursday. Okay, so please, please, please start off in Schoology every day. And that's what we're building, the students' independence. Can they get to that Schoology page? Let's see, do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna show you that. Might take me a while, but I'm going to stop this share. I'll come back to it. And I want to show you a real quick trick on the iPad. So if you are having problems with the Schoology app, which I don't have on this iPad, so I have to go to, there we go. All right. I have to go to lms.lusd.net, right? Once I'm here, this is where your student would log in with their QR code, right? You can even touch this so that your student starts here. Once we're here, Schoology would like to access the camera. You want to say allow, right? So that your student can use the camera. Once you're here, here's a quick hint. If you press this button right here, the square with the arrow, you can send this web page to your home screen. You type on add to home screen, and then it's going to show up just like an app. You can hit add, and here it is. It's right here. That takes me right to my camera. Okay. I wonder why I have to hit allow every time. Anyway, that might be a really easy way to access Schoology. I have had a lot of parents tell me that the app was not working with the QR code. So there's one workaround that we have figured out. Any other problems, we will deal with those when we come to them. Let me go back to sharing my screen. So I talked about Schoology. Let's talk about a couple of the other resources that we're going to use. And I kind of put, when I first got hit with 7 different apps, How is Schoology different than this, different than, I didn't know where to start. So I kind of made, for me, the way I thought about it. Schoology is like uh, the Go square Monopoly. This is where you start, okay? You can't come to school if you don't go to Schoology. You can't play Monopoly if you don't pass Go, right? The next one down below, this is Clever, this big C. Clever is on my homepage. It's right here. And Clever's probably the second most important app that we're going to use. Clever is basically, I like to think about it as my library. It's where the district has taken all the apps, condensed them into one spot, and once you access Clever, you can access everything. It's a pretty impressive wealth of information. Of course, so Zoom down here, let's go down to the bottom right here. Here's our Zoom icon, and Zoom is like me teaching, me blowing your mind, I tell the students, the more you learn, the harder you work, the smarter your brain gets, and it just gets so big that your brain's gonna explode. So Zoom is me teaching. That's where I'm meeting with your students' whole group or with your students in the green, blue, or red groups in small groups, okay? Most of that, it's called synchronous. That's the teaching slang, synchronous. Me and the student at the same time, we're in sync. That's where most synchronous teaching is going to take place, okay? Class Dojo, I used last year when the pandemic started, and this is a great way to communicate. I can send out blanket texts, I can send pictures, I can send files. Everything gets translated to, 30 different languages. So I don't have to send out 2 different texts and practice my Spanish. I am pretty fluent in Spanish. So, si ustedes quieren hablar conmigo en español, ya podemos hacer eso. But Class Dojo, I'm a big fan of. So Class Dojo is like, hey, let's talk. Mr. Travers, I got a question. And I know that there will be lots of problems rolling this out again. Let me know on Class Dojo. Step 1 is get signed up to Class Dojo. Step 1 was get into Schoology. Step 2 is get signed up to Class Dojo. Once we get those things going, then we can resolve any other problems. And the last app I want to talk about is Seesaw. And Seesaw is like a composition notebook. This is where students are going to do work and hand in work and see assignments, okay? So if they get resources at Clever, let's say they read a book through Clever, or they go to an app in Clever that lets them read a book, and then we meet and talk about that book in Zoom, right? Seesaw might be where they take a picture of themselves, make a video of themselves acting out a part in the book, or draw a picture on a digital drawing Etch-a-Sketch response. They can type in Seesaw, and that work will get sent to me, and then I can share it with the families. I can also comment on the work. So Seesaw is where students will be looking at assignments and completing assignments. I really think that sums it up. And if you're watching this, I did a much better job presenting this video than I did earlier today. I think I was too worried about boring the students and making them sit through a big long-winded speech. But this is, no, I didn't, sweetie. I'm recording. Hey everybody, my wife Leah. That's great. And yeah, you know what? Let's end it right there. Oh, no, there's one more. Zoom expectations. So we're gonna go over these every day, just like we would in kindergarten. We go over our class rules every day. When your students sit down to Zoom, have them be in a quiet space. So please don't have the TV running in the background. They should be fully clothed. I know it's really tempting to Zoom in your pajamas, and believe me, my own children did last year. But if you never get out of your pajamas, you never get in the mindset that, all right, it's time to go to work. And one of my mantras that I teach the kids is hard work pays off. And it's really hard to work hard in your pajamas. It's really difficult to work hard when you don't get out of your pajamas or pay attention or not fall asleep. Be on time, maybe even be 5 minutes early. Wait in the Zoom room, that's fine. Wait in the waiting room. Most of the time, I want your camera on almost all the time and your microphone on mute. And I don't want mute to be taken as I don't want to hear you talk. It's just easier if I have 20 students, just the dog barking in the background or the dump truck coming by makes a lot of noise. If you have a question and you have your hand up, then I'll know, hey, Romal, how are you doing? Let me unmute yourself. Then we can have a talk. Participate and be kind. So I don't want virtual learning and Zoom learning to be a chance, an excuse for children to not share. Like some students are shyer, are more reluctant to share than others. So we have certain strategies where everybody will participate. Sitting with your device is great. Walking around with your device, probably not a good idea. And again, if you find that quiet space and you're sitting, you'll be more focused. You'll be able to pay attention. You'll be an attentive listener. One of the things that I learned to do over the summer was I did a little woodworking project, and I started out building a planner, and then I got to build Tucker and Sophia some desks with them, and that was really fun. I made plenty of mistakes, and in the end, long story short, the desks look great, but having a spot that's just for school puts them in that this is school time frame of reference. Of course, no toys while they're attending school, and no other screens. So, I know some students have phones. I don't want you to have multiple screens going on at one time, and no food or drink. If one kid sees another kid on a Zoom lesson eating a chocolate bar, there's no way they're going to be paying attention to me for the rest of the lesson. And looking, listening, and thinking, ready to learn. So those are our Zoom expectations. I will probably post in our Schoology homepage. I like these a lot. And that was the end. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. I am here for you and your families. So if you need anything, if you have any problems, hey, Mr. Travers, this isn't working. Hey, Mr. Travers, I'm having a problem here. Hey, Mr. Travers, great job. I really like the way you did that. Anything you need at all, I'm here for you. Please reach out to me on Class Dojo. If you need help logging on to Class Dojo, give me a call. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to be your student's teacher. And that's all. Thank you very much. And I will see you all in Zoom land, and hopefully very soon in person.